Hello everyone. So I'm back again with another video about Dana Chanel and Prince Donnell. But in this video, I want to dig a little deeper into their family life and the whole situation overall. In my previous video, I generally spoke about the whole situation involving them and how I felt. And I gave an update in regards to the District Attorney's Office of Philadelphia reviewing documents from the victims who claimed that they were allegedly scammed by Dana Chanel and Prince Donnell. But again, I want to dig deep into this whole situation. I want to give you guys my thoughts and observations. So I want y'all to come down this rabbit hole with me and take this trip, okay? So first of all, I want to say that I'm very intrigued by crime and scam and unsolved mystery type stories. I love watching shows like American Greed, Unsolved Mysteries, For My Man, Fatal Attraction, stuff like that. I do not condone the actions of any of these people involved with these stories now. Understand that. But I'm into how things line up, how crimes are solved, analyzing people in the way they think from a psychological standpoint. I'm into these type of things. I'm into how the story ends and all of that. So don't judge me, but I'm invested in this whole Dana Chanel and Prince Donnell situation. I want to see how it plays out, because once upon a time, I was amazed by them. I thought they were such a great couple. I listened to Dana Chanel and followed behind her every word. I thought she was really good. And then as time went on, my spirit did not agree with them. And I know there's some people that can say the same thing. They could say my spirit didn't agree with her, or something wasn't right, or my energy was off. Yeah, I'm noticing that now. But at the time when I was feeling that, some time ago, I felt like I was the only one that was feeling this way, because I was yo, why do I feel like thousands of people love them, but I don't feel that same way? I just felt like something was off, and I just couldn't shake my feeling. But now here we are, August 2020, and the heat is on them for allegedly scamming. So let's get into it. Now, I just want to say first and foremost, in regards to this whole situation, that Dana Chanel's father, I believe, is the mastermind behind this whole situation. I believe he is. I believe he's the puppet, and he has his hands out, moving everybody at different times. They're all moving. He is the puppeteer. Now, I just found out that his name is Uncle Magic, the hip hop magician. I did not know this. This was new to me. I didn't know he was a certified clown. I'm confused. I did not know this. Bro, do what you gotta do. Whatever suits you. I ain't judging you. Hey, my mind is a little blown. I did not know this. So, again, I believe he is the mastermind behind this whole situation. It seems like he put Dana out. He put her in the forefront of this whole operation and allowed her to be the driving force behind building this whole empire, which is going to eventually fall down. So Dana, to me, has been under his control, okay? And I've noticed that Dana has praised her father in the past for giving her the tools and knowledge to conduct her scams. I mean her businesses. Y'all know what I meant. To conduct her business. Okay, so I'm okay, so if her father's a mastermind and she's been praising her father and putting two and three together, she's giving her father credit for what he's taught her. So I believe he's taught her how to scam, how to hustle the community, how to create these shanky contracts, how to be an aggressive seller, how to be a master finesser, how to be the ultimate entrepreneur. He's taught her all these things, and I'm sitting here if you're dead and you have a daughter, and I would imagine that you would teach your daughter how to tie her shoe, how to play soccer, how to paint, how to ride a bike, how to play basketball, how to box. you don't teach your daughter how to scam. I don't know what part of the parenting game is this, but like, I don't think you're supposed to do that. You know, I would imagine that you would support or help your children build a talent so they can have a prosperous future and, you know, move in this world legally. But like, you don't teach your child illegal actions and then expect nothing to happen. That's how you end up going to jail. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're working backwards practically. So anyway, so with their father being the head of this whole thing, I believe that, you know, they did some networking and they recruited Prince Donnell. It wasn't no Prince Donnell jumping in anybody's DMs. I think Prince Donnell was recruited and he is under the control of Dana Chanel. Like, that what gives, like, she gives off so much male energy, like so much masculine energy. Is crazy. And like, she controls Prince Donnell and everything he does is absolutely ridiculous. Like, he is super simp. He is like a pyramid scheme sucker. It's crazy. So anyway, if y'all know, before I've told y'all, I don't believe their marriage is like real. I believe it's a scam. Okay. I was watching their wedding vows one time and like, I heard Dana Chanel say, you know, I pre-approved you before I met you. And like, Prince Donnell was like, I want to think of new ways to be creative. And I'm sitting here like, why y'all talking like this is money? Why y'all talking like this is financial? Y'all are not talking about like, y'all are not giving vows like it's coming from the heart. Like, this is spiritual. Like, when you speak about something being pre-approved, like, I can understand you could use that. You can use that term. But it just sounds like a loan. Like, you pre-approving him for a loan. Money. And when he says thinking of new and creative ways, like new and creative ways to scam, like that's what y'all vowed to do? Honey, whatever. So in my eyes, I feel like y'all married the money. Y'all were married to the money. But see, with you marrying the money and your victims being the side chick, somehow, in some way, you work this thing. I want y'all to understand, the side chicks have spoken, and now it's time for divorce. That don't sound right, but it sound right to me. So anyway, the father, again, I believe he's the mastermind behind this whole thing. Now, I've spoke about the father. Let's talk about the mother. Now, if you go to Dana Chanel's Instagram, if you're not blocked, if you go to Dana Chanel's Instagram, and you look through her Instagram, and you might see her father sprinkled throughout, no pun intended, sprinkled throughout her Instagram. And you see her other family members, and you see Prince Donnell, of course. Do you see her mother? I don't see her mother. But let me tell you why. So, during the time, maybe like a year ago, during the time that like I was on the fence about Dana Chanel, but I was still on her page, like I was still watching her videos and stuff like that. I was like, I don't know how to feel about her, but I'm gonna still check her out. Okay. So again, about a year ago, that's how I was feeling. All right. So she did a video on guilt, and she took an excerpt from this book called God Moments for Women by Carolyn Larson. I'm telling y'all, that book is really good. It has a lot of good affirmations in it. I suggest that you guys read it. Now, when Dana Chanel was reading from that book, she encouraged everybody to go to the Sprinkle of Jesus website and order from that website. And I went to Amazon and I ordered that book because guess what? She was going to get me. Amen. So anyway, she read an affirmation from that book about guilt. And she spoke about how she used guilt as a form of manipulation on different people. Like she used guilt as a form of manipulation on men, and it's backfired for her in the past. And she spoke about how she used guilt as a form of manipulation on her mother, and she always came off to her mother like she was smarter than her. And I'm like, what? Okay. So I kept that in the back of my mind as to how she said she used guilt as a form of manipulation for her mom. Then she did another video about forgiveness from the same book. She took from the same book, read an affirmation about forgiveness, and she spoke about how like not forgiving is a form of weakness. It takes a lot of energy out of you, and it doesn't allow you to move on. And she also said that when you forgive, that makes you a strong person. I'm sitting here like, oh, I'm vibing and I'm listening to this whole speech. And then everything goes downhill at a certain point. Listen. She expressed that people asked her a lot about her mom, and then at the time, like, you know, people were going home for the holidays, and Dana Chanel said, you know, the only family that she has is her father, her brother, her sister, you know, the wolf pack, you know, they stick together, her scamming crew. So anyway, she said, I'm kind of mad at my mom right now. So this is her talking in the video. Things are starting to go downhill from here, and she says that she's kind of mad at her mom right now. Girl, what? Who you mad at? I was like, okay, I need to know more. Let me calm down. Let me listen to the rest of what she has to say. And she said she wanted to figure out how to forgive her mom in the midst of the success of her entrepreneurial journey. Now, success, quote unquote, because success is looking real different for her. And she was saying that, you know, her fans and her followers, they support her and thank her and congratulate her and praise her and all of this wonderful stuff. But she said that her mom has not called her, does not speak to her, sees everything that she does and doesn't say anything, has not congratulated her, has not said thank you, has not said anything to her. And my third eye is starting to blink really fast at this point. Okay, I'm lost. You know, she also mentioned that, like, her mom lets her brother and her sister come over to her house, like Dana's house or whatever, and her mom has enough trust in her to do that. And Dana Chanel, she said she was fighting with, you know, the idea of contacting her mom about why her mom feels the way she does about her. But Dana Chanel says she's mad at her mother because her mother does not support her. Her mom does not appreciate her. And her mom just does not understand. Your mom doesn't understand what? Now, this is my thing. When somebody is telling a story, right, and they tell all the bad things about the other person or the other people in the whole situation, and they leave out what they may have done wrong, you may want to just be cautious in listening to them. You want to use your discernment when you're listening to that person. I know it can be hard for somebody to say, hey, I did this wrong, but, you know, listening to one side of a story and that's it, is not always a good thing. You want to know that, hey, this person messed up, if so, and you see the human in them, but like you're trying to persuade somebody to just believe your side and only your side, where you're not telling everything or you're not saying what you may have done wrong. And my thing is that Dana Chanel only expressed what her mom was doing wrong, but never said what she did wrong for their relationship to be severed and damaged the way it is. Okay, so I feel like this is a puzzle piece, like a 500-piece puzzle. We have all 499 pieces together, and we're missing this one piece. I would love to hear why her mom feels the way she does. I wish I can be the fly on the wall of her mom's house, her talking to somebody or talking to herself about this whole situation. Her mom does not understand, Dana Chanel, why you're doing what you're doing. She doesn't want to be a part of your family business. She doesn't want to be a part of your scam operation. She doesn't want to go to jail. She doesn't want to be caught up in the BS. Her mom probably sees right through Dana Chanel, and Dana Chanel doesn't understand. And I don't believe she would open her lips and just exude the amount of ignorance and arrogance about her mother. In regards to her mother, excuse me. I mean, she said that she had to forgive her mom because she did not understand. Your mom does not understand why you're doing what you're doing. Nobody wants to be a part of a family business which could lead you down the road to getting in trouble. Please understand that. Moms have intuitions that are like 10 times more than anybody else, I believe. Like, they know what's up. Mamas know what's up. So, overall, Dana Chanel does not have a good relationship with her mother. I really think that her mom sees what's going on and she does not want to be a part of it. Okay, so Do better, girl. Do better. Next, I want to talk about philanthropy and scammers. Okay. People that are scamming give to charities and like nonprofit organizations to cover up what they're doing. So you can look at these people and not know that they're doing what they're doing, but they're stealing, they're scamming, and again, to cover up themselves, they're kind of like giving to other people like, hey, look at me, I have $1,000,000, I have $500,000, I'm giving it to this organization. But behind closed doors, they're taking from the community that they're taking from. Okay, so I'm gonna give you a couple of examples, and then I'm going to discuss Dana Chanel and Prince Donnell and how this all relates to them. Okay, in terms of scammers giving when they're actually taking. So, okay. I don't know if you guys know about the Macmillan's Monopoly story, where this happened a couple of decades ago. Like, there was this big web of people that were stealing Monopoly pieces and cashing them in. It was like Jeff Colombo and all these other cats or whatever. It was a big scheme. The FBI came in and boop, shut that down. So somebody anonymously from that whole ring of people gave $1 million to the St. Jude's Children's Hospital. It was anonymous, but I think might have been Jeff Colombo again, or one of the people from that whole group or whatever. So again, they're stealing those pieces and cashing them in, but they ended up giving $1 million to, again, cover up what they're doing. All right. Another situation, Jeff Epp. I'm not going to say his whole name because I don't want my video to get snatched down. But you know what I'm talking about. Jeff Epp. Catch that. He gave millions of dollars to like different charities, a local police station, different universities, politicians, like different cultural groups. Like again, he gave millions of dollars, but y'all know what he was doing. So by him giving this money to different charities, he was covering up what he was doing. So with Dana Chanel and Prince Donnell, they did a food drive a couple weeks ago in July. And I feel like they were doing a food drive to cover up what they were doing in terms of scamming people. And I had to put all of this together. I'm like, oh, okay. So the heat is on y'all at this moment. I mean, they weren't on blast at this moment through different, social media outlets and all that stuff like that. But I know people were coming at them and asking them about their funds and stuff at the time. So by them putting on this front, like, hey, let me give to the community. Let me show you how charitable I am. Like, by them doing that, like, that, again, helped to cover up what they were doing. Like, I'm good. Everybody else is wrong. So, anyways, I mean, y'all might be giving, free food and all this stuff away and doing this food drive and all this crap. But, girl, we see you. You see me? Because I see you. You see me? We see you and what you're doing. So, it's just really weird that, like, again, y'all are giving and you're taking from the people at the same time. Crazy. Next thing is that you do not want to meet your idols. Because they will let you down and they're not the people they appear to be. So if Dana Chanel or Prince Donnell was your role model, or you looked up to them, or, you believed in what they said, apparently they gave you the representatives of themselves, because they are not who they appear to be. And I use the word idol, to make a point. Y'all can use the terms role model, but y'all understand what I'm saying, right? But again, you don't want to meet your idols. You don't want to meet them. Like, say you are like this 5-year-old kid and you love and, dang near worship Michael Jordan, and you grow up 20 years later, you're 25 years old, you finally meet Michael Jordan, and Michael Jordan is this absolute a-hole, and he brushes you off and pays you in dust and keeps it moving. Like, the person that you loved so much when you were growing up, like, let you down, and now you're hurt. So, I think Michael Jordan is really like that in real life, but we're not going to go there. But anyway, I do want to say that again, your idols are not who they appear to be. You can meet them and they could be the meanest, most narcissistic people. They could be addicts. They could be scammers. You know, you just got to watch out for who you look up to. I mean, some of these people might be decent, but again, everything that glitters is not gold. So, I mean, in particular, like with like Dana Chanel, for instance, like she's creating these vision boards and developing these plans and having these hard charge and aggressive meetings and writing these equations on the board and stuff like that. And these were all strategies to scam and take from the community. Man, you don't want to meet your idols, man. You want to look at the positive things about them, the good things about them, but you don't want to see them. And you also want to make sure that you build yourself up. You know, as you go throughout life, build yourself up. So, I want to kind of wrap up this video. You know, it's really sad what's going on. It's really sad. I know I was saying before that they owe everybody an apology, but they really owe a lot of people money. You know, and them conducting their scams, you know, Prince Donnell and Dana Chanel. If y'all are married and y'all are one, I see y'all both as Goliath, and the victims are David. They're uniting together to knock you out with that sling, baby. And remember, giants do fall. So, guys, leave your thoughts below. If you think I've missed anything in analyzing this whole situation, like, please let me know. Let's talk about it. Let's stay up to date on this whole situation. All right? And you guys take care. Bye-bye.